The statement that panic buying is un-Australian is naive and foolish. See, it's all well and good for people to get up on their high horse and claim it's un-Australian to be panic buying at times like this, and we should be supporting everyone. And that sounds great, I agree, but it's the Australian idea, it's an ideal up here. And unfortunately, most people are living below the ideal. We're not all sitting up the top managing to be perfect, and therefore it's human nature and the idea, the word panic buying. It's not just people buying, it's panicking. People are literally scared and afraid, and they're going to do whatever they can to save themselves. Whether they need to or not, this is what they believe. And as well, it's all well and good to say, oh, but it's all media fed. It doesn't matter where the fear has come from, the fear is there, and people are doing this, and it's going to happen. The prepper community hasn't been surprised by this. We know how the masses react. That's why we prep, so that we're prepared, so that we're not going out into these crowds where, in this case, we're being exposed to the virus. In other cases, we might be around violence that ensues as the level of panic gets higher than we're currently at now, and people start fighting things, like we've seen people fighting for toilet paper already, but I'm talking serious crime, dangerous, life-threatening stuff. So as preppers, to know that we don't have to leave our home, that we can stay in our own area, makes us feel safer in situations exactly like this. What makes a prepper better than a panic buyer? Well, a prepper has been buying little bits of food every week or fortnight for months and years now. Unlike a panic buyer who is going in and clearing out a whole shelf of a product, a prepper's just buying a few extra tins here and there and slowly building up stock over a long period of time. Kind of like a squirrel collecting up nuts, and what it doesn't eat it stores for the winter. Preppers are stocking up a little bit of extra food so that when the winter comes, we've got food prepared. So that's why a prepper is very different from a panic buyer, because we're not clearing out shelves and making people go without. We've been doing this generally for months and years at a time. So is there more to prepping than just stockpiling food? Yes, of course there is. In fact, for most people, it's only a small part of it. And my man Ian Talbot over at Mars Tactical has come up with this great system to show the different elements of prepping and prioritise them, that he calls the primal method. And so what it is it breaks it down into foundations, fitness, unarmed combatives, prepping and survival skills. So as you can see, prepping is number 5 out of the 6 things. So prepping is the accumulation of gear and food. So food's a long way down the list of what's a priority in the primal method. Now I'm going to talk about each of these things a little more in other videos throughout this series, but I just wanted to mention it now because Ian's actually in the process of finishing up a book all about the primal method that goes through all of these things in detail. So if you want to check that out, I'm going to throw a link in the description below where you can order his book and learn how to do prepping right.